All right, so if you're looking to get away from cottage food laws, or you're trying to find a way to not necessarily get around it, but not have to be under its jurisdiction or rules or regulations, well, you can actually start a commercial kitchen like I've got here in my basement. As a matter of fact, this is the drop ceiling. These are my appliances, and I'm going to do a little walkthrough and show you how this works without having to be under cottage food laws. I'm actually inspected by the Department of Agriculture. They come in and they check us once a year. It's have different permitting, different licensing, but all in all, this allows me the opportunity to actually create a bunch of food products online and actually have a commercial business selling on the internet through Amazon, Etsy, eBay, and it's completely legal. We're also insured, and we also have business licenses and tons of local permits as well. So how does this work? Well, I'm going to walk through what we have as far as equipment and then give you some of the technical things. So all of these here that you see, these racks where we have storage here on the left side, these are something that you can get actually either at walmart.com, amazon.com. Based on the size, these cost us around $60 to $70. We've got quite a few of them here, 1, 2, 3. Now that room over there, and I'll show you in a second, that's also another cooling room. Those are commercial cooling racks. Same thing with that commercial cooling rack there. So I'll get into that one second. So these two also have wire metal racks. These cost again around 60 to 70 bucks. You can get them with sometimes with wheels on them as well. So that's just a couple $100 for that. These stainless steel tables are actually NSF certified, which means that is a specific regulation style commercial grade stainless steel table. We have one here. I've got one over there. We have one here. So we got 3 or 4 of those. Now, actually, I brought these in from our commercial bakery when we were operating our retail bakery that we had for a while here. We actually used these in there. So I was able to just transition them over to our new kitchen here. Now, these can be quite expensive. They can go anywhere from $300 to $400 or less if you get them used, which you can. And all of this, by the way, I'll have links for all of the products I'm going to show you here. I'll have some links down in the description below this video. You can check the description and you can get these if you're looking to start your own commercial kitchen. These are going to be the same ones that I use, so I'll put some links there and that'll help you out. Next up, this oven here. Now this is kind of a home-styled kitchen oven. I don't have the ability to have an exhaust fan because of how we are in the basement. So this one is actually a convection styled, which actually cooks very fast and very similar to a commercial convection oven, and it can do several hundred cookies in just about an hour, maybe a little less, but it has a ton of trays in there. We could fill it up with what we've got on the rack. So this one runs, I think, about 800 to 900 or so, 1100 for that specific model. So these cooling racks, these can be, depending on the size, this rack here can actually be around 200 to about 200 on the low end, maybe a 130, 150 for a smaller version. This one's about 6 foot tall. So this runs around 200 to 300, and same thing with that one over there. But it holds a ton of trays. You can see all of the trays that we have on there. So with 2 of those, you're looking at about $400, $500. And now, so the mixers, since we don't, again, being at home, we can't get normally don't want to put commercial grade electrical outlets with high ampage and high wattage and voltage. So we just actually operate this with 2 of these KitchenAid mixers. And then over there, that's our icing mixer. So that actually makes our icing for us. And this 2 here does all the mixing of the cookie dough, the quick dough, everything else here. And believe it or not, we've got it down to a science. We've been doing this now here. We've been here about 13 years, 12 years, 13 years we've been doing this. So that's worked really well for us. Over here to our freeze. This is actually a deep freeze, very similar to what you'd find in a commercial setting. Could go super sub-zero, like really, really, really cold. This freezer here nowadays, this one's actually 13 years old. It still works perfect. But you can get this, I think, probably for $1,200, maybe $1,100, maybe a little less, depending on the size. This one's about 6 foot tall. So yeah, that was a pretty good size. Next up, now, in order for you to be inspected by the Department of Agriculture, they're going to require 3 specific types of sinks, 3. This one is a mop sink. And I'll explain to you, by the way, this whole wall here, this is all fake facade. This is a wall that we had to put in. I'll show you how that works. This is a wall. All the plumbing, all of this plumbing here for the sinks is behind this wall. So this is a mop sink, which we have to have for the flooring. This is the 3-compartment sink. We haven't got it set up this morning. I mean, we have it set up, but we don't have it filled up just yet. We have to, of course, wash, rinse, and you sanitize, and then it goes over here for the cooling rack here or up here. Everything gets clean. We just opened up this morning, so it's really early in the morning. We haven't got that filled yet. But that's our 3-compartment sink. This, oh, but pricing. This one I got used. I think I got it for like less than $100, which was actually a really good deal. The sink faucet, you can get that for around probably a 120, maybe 90 to 120, somewhere around there. That's the faucet. This faucet, by the way, these are all sold separately, individually. All this stuff here, as far as the sink and the faucet, all is individual. This was about $200 for this commercial grade sink faucet head. The sink itself, you can get this for probably $300 to $400. This is a very small version compared to our big one we had in our retail bakery. But that one you can get probably $300 or $400 used. Even you get probably cheaper. This is a hand wash sink, which of course you got to have as well. And here, let me show you really quick. That's what I was talking about. The NSF. Okay, these are specifically made for like commercial kitchens and such. Hand wash sink you have to have. And then you have the refrigerator and normal refrigerator. This has actually got like eggs and our milk, butter, margarine, icing, frosting and stuff. And then of course there's the freezer. So all of these 3 things, by the way, are specifically needed in order for you to have kind of like a commercial styled kitchen. So we have that here. And that takes us back over here. Like I was saying, all of our mixing bowls and stuff is on this side. So all in all, this is the kitchen that operates, that we've been doing it for, like I said, 12, 13 years now in the basement, that allows us to do it outside of the cottage food laws, because we're actually a separate, completely separate kitchen from our home kitchen, which is upstairs. And this is how you can actually kind of get around that sense. So over here, like I was saying, this is our cooling rack table. So we actually take a lot of cookies, pretzels, our chocolate pretzels, chocolate Oreos, anything coated in chocolate that needs to cool, we put it over here in this room, and that's our separate room. And then our shipping department, which is over here because we ship all of our products out. I do have a 2-year-old, and she kind of stays on here. This is our shipping department. This is where the brains of everything, our business side. This is where everything gets shipped out. Our sealing machine over here, that you can see, we do a lot of sealing for pretzels and other items. These are all items headed out for shipping today. And then of course some of our boxes, and then our packing table, heating gun, sealing gun to shrink wrap things, another foot sealer here as well. So we put all of our orders up there. Once we print them out over here on the laptop. This is my office. So we print them up here. It comes out here. We have our orders, and then we hop over to the side where we actually ship out the products from here. So we've done probably, I think, let me show you. This is the map. Let me show you some place. We've done every single state, of course, in the United States. These are all places that we've shipped to. We've even shipped to South America. Also, we've even shipped on Etsy to Egypt. We've shipped to a lot of places. Ireland, Iceland. We've even shipped to Norway, Australia, and other places. So quite a few different places. Comes right out of here. This is our shipping area. So that is my commercial non-home kitchen from my home. And again, you have to have certain permits, licenses to do this, and of course, insurance and all that good stuff. So if you're looking for a way to kind of get around that sense, like I said, there's nothing illegal about it, but just doing it in a different version. This is a different type of business model other than cottage food. This is how you can do it. So if you have any questions, let us know down below.